What if we told you that one prompt, taking less than 5 minutes to write, could generate 30 days of social media content that actually engages your audience? Most people spend 10 to 15 hours every month creating content that gets ignored. Meanwhile, a small group of creators are using one strategic prompt to produce a month of posts in under an hour. And their engagement rates are climbing. Welcome to KB Bluetree, where we help working professionals build their online presence without letting social media consume their lives. Over the past 5 years, we have helped over 2,000 entrepreneurs escape the content creation hamster wheel. Today, you are getting the exact single prompt framework that generates a complete month of social content. Plus, the strategy behind why it actually works. By the end of this video, you will have the master prompt template we use with clients. Understand the 6 critical elements that make it effective and know exactly how to customize it for your unique audience. Whether you are building your personal brand or establishing thought leadership, this system eliminates the content creation struggle. Let us dive in. Problem. Here is the nightmare scenario you are living right now. Sunday evening rolls around and you realize you have nothing scheduled for the week ahead. Panic sets in. You sit down to batch create content, staring at that blank screen. You scroll through other accounts looking for inspiration, which turns into 30 minutes of distraction. Finally, you force out a few mediocre posts that feel rushed and uninspired. Sound familiar? This happens every single week, sometimes multiple times per week. You know consistency matters for growth, but you cannot seem to stay ahead of the content demands. You have tried planning ahead, but life gets busy, and suddenly, it has been 2 weeks since your last post. Your audience is probably forgetting you exist, and the algorithm definitely is. Then there is the artificial intelligence attempt. You have tried asking tools to generate social posts. You type something like, create Instagram posts about productivity, and what comes back is garbage. Generic quotes that sound like they came from a corporate motivational poster. Hashtag spam that makes you cringe. Content that has zero personality and even less value. You would be embarrassed to post any of it, so you end up writing everything manually anyway. The frustration compounds because you watch other creators posting consistently, engaging their audiences, and growing their followings while you are stuck in this exhausting cycle. You start wondering if maybe you are just not cut out for this whole social media thing. The whole situation feels impossible. Problem. But here is what nobody tells you about why artificial intelligence-generated content fails so spectacularly. The problem is not the artificial intelligence capabilities, it is how people are prompting it. Most people give artificial intelligence no context, no strategy, and no understanding of what actually makes content engaging. They treat it like a content vending machine. Put in a coin, get out a post, but that is not how compelling content works. Think about what makes you stop scrolling and actually engage with a post. It speaks to something you are experiencing right now. It offers a fresh perspective or valuable insight. It sounds like a real human who understands your world. Generic artificial intelligence content does none of these things because it was not given the information needed to create that connection. There is a deeper issue with how people approach content creation entirely. They think about it post by post instead of strategically. One post about this topic today, another random post about that topic tomorrow. No cohesive narrative, no strategic progression, no intentional audience journey. This is why even when you publish consistently, you are not seeing growth. Effective content follows a strategic architecture. It addresses your audience at different awareness stages. It balances education, inspiration, and engagement. It weaves a consistent message while varying the format and angle. Without this strategic framework, you are just throwing content into the void, hoping something sticks. This explains why that single prompt approach changes everything. Here is what actually works when you combine strategy with the right artificial intelligence prompt. Solutions, the framework we use at KB Bluetree, is called the Master Content Prompt, and it has 6 essential components that transform artificial intelligence into your strategic content partner. Component 1 is audience definition. You need to tell artificial intelligence exactly who you are creating content for, not just demographics, but psychographics, what they are struggling with, what they aspire to, and what language they actually use. Here is what this looks like in the prompt. My target audience is professionals aged 28 to 45 who feel overwhelmed by content creation demands. They value authenticity over perfection. They are skeptical of hacks and quick fixes. They want sustainable systems, not more hustle. They describe their situation using phrases like drowning in tasks and never enough time. They follow creators who are real, strategic, and respect their intelligence. See how specific that is? You just gave artificial intelligence a clear picture of who it is writing for, which changes everything about how it creates content. Component 2 is content pillars. These are the 3 to 5 core themes all your content should revolve around. This creates consistency and positions you as an expert. In your prompt, list your pillars clearly. My content pillars are sustainable productivity systems, artificial intelligence for business leverage, authentic personal branding, and strategic content creation. Every post should relate to at least one pillar. This ensures your month of content is not random topics, but a cohesive body of work that builds your authority. Component 3 is strategic mix. You need variety in content types and purposes. Tell artificial intelligence the exact breakdown you want. Generate 30 posts with this distribution. 40% educational posts that teach specific strategies, 25% engagement posts that ask questions or create discussion, 20% inspirational posts that shift mindset, 15% promotional posts that reference my offers naturally. This creates a balanced feed that serves your audience while supporting your business goals. Component 4 is voice and tone parameters. This is where you prevent that robotic artificial intelligence sound. Be extremely specific about how you want to sound. Write in a conversational, direct tone as if talking to a friend. Use short sentences and paragraphs. Avoid buzzwords, hype language, and anything that sounds like corporate speak. Include occasional questions to create dialogue. Sound like a trusted advisor, not a guru. Solutions. Component 5 is format specifications. Different platforms have different optimal formats. Tell artificial intelligence exactly what you need. For each post, provide the main content text between 100 to 150 words for LinkedIn, or 50 to 75 words for Instagram. Include a compelling hook in the first sentence that stops the scroll. End with a clear call to action. Suggest 3 to 5 relevant hashtags that are specific, not generic. This ensures every post is platform optimized and ready to publish without additional editing. Component 6 is content calendar logic. This is what makes the month cohesive instead of random. Tell artificial intelligence how to structure the progression. Organize the 30 posts with strategic flow. Start the month with posts that identify problems and build awareness. Progress to posts that introduce frameworks and solutions. Include posts that address objections. End with posts that inspire action. Create momentum where later posts build on earlier concepts. Now you have given artificial intelligence everything it needs. The complete prompt might be 300 to 400 words, but you write it once and it generates content for months. Here is how to implement this practically. Open your artificial intelligence tool and paste your complete master content prompt. Then add this final instruction. Based on everything above, generate 30 social media posts for the next month that follow this strategic framework. What you get back is a complete content calendar. 30 posts that sound like you, speak to your audience, follow your strategy, and work together as a cohesive system. Now, and this is critical, you review and personalize. Artificial intelligence gives you 80% of the way there. You add the final 20% that makes it authentically yours. Adjust phrases, add personal examples, refine calls to action. This review process takes 30 to 45 minutes for the entire month compared to the 10 to 15 hours you were spending before. Pro tip we teach at KB Bluetree is to run this prompt at the end of each month for the following month. Spend 1 focused hour reviewing and customizing your content, schedule it all at once, and then you are free for 30 days. No more scrambling, no more blank page panic, no more inconsistent posting. Just strategic content working for you while you focus on higher leverage activities. Another advanced move is to save your master content prompt as a template and refine it over time. As you learn what resonates with your audience, update the prompt, add successful post examples, remove what did not work, adjust the tone based on feedback. Your prompt becomes smarter with each iteration, which means your content keeps improving without requiring more of your time. Success story. Let us talk about Tammy, a career coach who came to KB Bluetree absolutely drowning in content creation. She was spending 12 to 15 hours every month creating social posts, and despite all that effort, her engagement was flat. She had 800 followers after 2 years of posting, and she was ready to quit social media entirely. The time investment just was not worth the results. We introduced Tammy to the Master Content Prompt Framework. First, we helped her clearly define her audience beyond basic demographics. We identified her 3 core content pillars around career transitions, professional confidence, and workplace navigation. We built her complete prompt with all 6 components customized to her unique voice and strategy. The transformation was immediate. Tammy generated her first month of content in 90 minutes, including review and personalization time. But here is what really mattered. Her content was finally cohesive and strategic instead of random. Each post built on the previous ones, creating momentum and positioning her as an expert. The results were remarkable. Within 3 months of using this system, Tammy's engagement rate increased by 240%. Her follower count grew from 800 to 2,400. And more importantly, these were qualified followers who became clients. She signed 5 new coaching clients directly from social media engagement, generating $15,000 in revenue, all while spending just 1 hour per month on content creation instead of 12 to 15 hours. But what Tammy said changed how she viewed her entire business was this. She told us that for the first time, her social media felt like a strategic business asset instead of a demanding chore. She finally had time to actually serve clients instead of constantly creating content. That is what the right system creates. Recap. Let us recap what you have learned today. The secret to effortless content creation is building one strategic master content prompt that generates an entire month of cohesive content. The 6 components are audience definition, content pillars, strategic mix, voice and tone parameters, format specifications, and content calendar logic. Write your prompt once with all 6 elements. Generate 30 posts in minutes, spend 30 to 45 minutes personalizing, and you have a complete strategic content calendar ready to work for you. Call to action. Here is what you need to do right now. Open a document and write down your 3 core content pillars and 3 specific pain points your audience faces. These 2 elements become the foundation of your master content prompt. Once you have those defined, you are ready to build your prompt and generate your first month of strategic content. If this framework helped you, hit that like button and subscribe to KB Bluetree for more insightful content on building your online presence sustainably. We share new systems and strategies every week to help you grow without burning out. Remember, you do not need to spend hours every week creating content. You need one strategic prompt and 45 minutes per month. That is the difference between content creation feeling like a burden and feeling like a strategic asset. Now go build your master content prompt. We will see you in the next video.